Chapter 7. Marketing and Sales, Customer Acquisition and Retention. Marketing isn't just a set of tricks, it's a well-thought-out strategy that connects your product with your customers. Without effective marketing, even the most brilliant idea will gather dust on a shelf. Your task is not just to sell, but to create value that will make customers choose you again and again, and even tell others about you. Developing a marketing strategy. A marketing strategy for a startup is your guide to the world of customers. It defines how you will find your ideal users, convert them into buyers, retain them, and ultimately, make them love your brand so much that they become walking advertisements themselves. The AARRR sales funnel, your journey with the customer. The sales funnel isn't just a fancy term, it's a visualization of the path your potential customer takes from their first encounter with your brand to becoming a loyal user who recommends you to friends. The AARR model is a simple yet powerful framework for understanding and optimizing this journey. Each letter represents a key stage of customer interaction. A. Acquisition. How are you found? This is the top of the funnel, where you first make contact with a potential customer. Here, your goal is to make yourself known. What it is: all actions aimed at drawing attention to your product or service. How it works: digital marketing, advertising campaigns in search engines, Google Ads, social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, content marketing, blogs, videos, podcasts that solve your audience's problems, search engine optimization, SEO, PR, and influencer marketing. Offline marketing, if applicable to your business, participating in exhibitions, hosting events, distributing flyers. Partnerships, collaborating with other companies that have a similar audience but are not your direct competitors. Your focus, find the channels that bring the most targeted users at the lowest cost. Test everything, launch small campaigns, measure results, and double down where you see a return. Don't spend your entire budget on one channel if you're not sure of its effectiveness. A. Activation. Many startups attract traffic but forget about activation. This is the moment when a new user doesn't just visit your website or download your app, but has their first positive experience with your product or service. What it is: this is the first significant user action that shows they understand the value of your offering. For a SaaS service, this might be setting up a profile and using a key feature. For an online store, making the first purchase. For a food delivery service, successfully placing the first order. How it works. Effective onboarding, a simple and intuitive process for getting to know the product. This could involve tutorial videos, interactive tips, personal webinars, or even welcome emails. Rapid value realization. Ensure the user sees the value as quickly as possible. If you sell a time-saving tool, show them how to save time within the first 5 minutes of use. Minimizing barriers. Eliminate anything that might prevent the user from getting started. Complex registration forms, unclear instructions, bugs. Your focus. Make the first experience as pleasant and useful as possible. The more users who pass this stage, the sooner they will become loyal customers. R. Retention. Make them come back. Acquiring a new customer is expensive. Retaining an existing one is much cheaper and more effective. Retention is your startup's ability to make customers return and continue using your product service. What it is: repeat purchases, regular service use, subscription renewals. How it works. Continuous value. Your product must continue to solve the user's problem or satisfy their need. Regularly release updates and improve functionality. Personalization. Use data about user behavior to offer them relevant content, discounts, or features. Communication. Regular but non-intrusive email newsletters, push notifications, personalized offers. Excellent customer service. Prompt and effective problem solving, willingness to help. Customers appreciate being heard. Community. creating a place where users can interact with each other, share experiences, and get support. Your focus, reducing customer churn, where clients stop using your product. Every retained customer means money saved on acquiring a new one. R. Revenue. Turning value into money. This is the moment when your startup starts earning. Revenue is the financial return on all your efforts. What it is? The ways your startup monetizes its value. This can be subscriptions, one-time purchases, commissions, advertising, etc. Recall the revenue streams block from the business model canvas. How it works. Correct pricing. The price must be adequate to the value you offer and competitive in the market. Test different pricing models. Upselling and cross-selling, offering more expensive versions of the product, upsell, or additional products, services, cross-sell, to existing customers. Payment process optimization, a convenient and secure payment system, minimizing steps during purchase. Your focus, maximizing profit from each customer without compromising their satisfaction. R. Referral. Let customers work for you. The cheapest and most effective marketing is when your satisfied customers bring in new ones. What it is? Mechanisms that encourage existing customers to recommend your product or service to their friends, family, and acquaintances. How it works. Referral programs, offering bonuses or discounts to both the referrer and the new customer. Social sharing buttons, make it easy to share information about your product on social media. Reviews and ratings, actively ask customers to leave reviews on public platforms. Positive reviews are a powerful magnet for potential clients. Outstanding product service. Ultimately, people recommend what they genuinely like and what exceeds their expectations. Your focus. Turn every satisfied customer into your marketer. Important. The AARR funnel is a cycle, not a linear path. Retention and referrals lead to new acquisition, creating sustainable growth. Your task is to constantly optimize and improve each stage. Defining key metrics, numbers that tell the truth. Marketing without measurement is simply a waste of money. You need clear, measurable indicators, metrics, to understand what works and what doesn't. Two of the most important metrics for any startup are CAC and LTV. CAC, customer acquisition cost. What it is, CAC shows how much money on average you spend to acquire one new paying customer. How to calculate? CAC equals number of new customers acquired total marketing and sales costs. Example, if in a month you spent $10,000 on advertising and a marketer's salary, and during that month you acquired 100 new paying customers, then your CAC equals $10,000 divided by 100 equals $100. This means each new customer costs you $100. Why it's important? Effectiveness assessment helps you understand how effective your marketing and sales efforts are. Profitability. If acquiring a customer costs more than they bring in revenue, your business is unsustainable. Scalability allows you to estimate how much it will cost you to acquire thousands or millions of customers. Actionable tips to reduce CAC. Optimize advertising campaigns, improve targeting, test different ads, use more relevant keywords, improve conversion. Optimize landing pages, simplify the registration to purchase process, offer more compelling value propositions. Use organic channels, invest in SEO, content marketing, PR. They may be slower, but over time they bring in cheaper customers. Increase sales efficiency. Train your sales team, use CRM systems, automate routine tasks. LTV, lifetime value of a customer. What it is, LTV shows how much money you expect to receive from one customer throughout their entire interaction with your company. This is an indicator of long-term profitability. How to calculate, simplified version. LTV equals average order value times average purchase frequency per period times average customer lifespan. Example for SaaS, subscription-based. If the average monthly payment from a customer is $20 and the average customer uses your service for 12 months, then LTV equals $20 times 12 equals $240 per year. Example for an online store. If the average order value is $50, a customer buys from you 3 times a year and on average uses your services for 3 years, then LTV equals $50 times 3 times 3 years. 3 equals $450. Why it's important. Understanding long-term value shows how much you can afford to spend on customer acquisition and still remain profitable. Justifying investment. Investors want to see high LTV as it indicates a stable and growing business. Focus on retention. The higher the LTV, the more effort you can invest in customer retention. Actionable tips to increase LTV. Improve the product service, constantly add value, solve new customer problems. Focus on retention. Use strategies from the retention section, excellent service, personalization, community. Offer upsell, cross-sell. Offer customers additional features, more expensive plans, or related product services. Do this in a way that truly brings them additional value. Build loyalty. Loyalty programs, exclusive offers, personalized treatment. LTV to CAC ratio. Your path to sustainable growth. The LTV to CAC ratio is perhaps the most critical metric for evaluating the viability of your marketing strategy and the entire business. What it is. This is a simple ratio that shows how much money you earn from a customer compared to how much you spend to acquire them. Why it's critically important. LTV greater than CAC, you earn more than you spend. This is good. LTV equals CAC, you break even. This isn't ideal for growth. LTV. CAC, you lose money with each new customer. This is a disaster, and you urgently need to change something. Ideal ratio. In most cases, investors and experienced entrepreneurs aim for an LTV-CAC ratio of at least 3 to 1. This means that each customer brings you 3 times more money than you spent to acquire them, providing a buffer for growth and unexpected expenses. Actionable advice. Constantly monitor both metrics. If your ratio is poor, look for areas to optimize. Either lower CAC or increase LTV. This is a continuous process of optimization and adaptation. Understanding and actively using the AARRR funnel, as well as continuously monitoring CAC and LTV, will give you invaluable information for building a sustainable and effective marketing strategy. These aren't just numbers. They are your compass, pointing the way to profitability and scaling.